Jonathan Lever. I'm a homeschool from Sweet Home, Oregon, and I'm going to show you my version of historical conquest that I call exploring history. And so, to start with, you remove all of the non-character cards and you set them aside because they don't work in the game. And then you take all your land cards separate and you pick one for your homeland. I'm going to choose Scotland because I like the Scots. And then you put out all of the cards in front of you like that. And next you pick someone to lead your exploration party. And I'm going to have King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella. And then I'm going to choose an explorer for my expedition. I'll have Yuri Gagarin be my explorer. And then for myself, I will pick Peter Salem. So this is my exploration party, and it has three people in it right now. The explorer can transport up to 5 people, so I only have 2 in my ship right now. So I would be able to add another 3 people, like an army card or leader card that would add to their strength so I can conquer these lands a lot faster. So that's my exploration party. And then for my homeland, I'm going to pick a leader, and I'm going to have Alexander the Great be the king regent back at home, and I'm going to have the Persian immortals be defending my homeland. So that's the start for all my cards. And then I deal out 2, and I'm going to make it hard this time. I'm going to do 3 cards. And if you want to make it easier, you can do less cards in each land. You can make it harder, make more. Each land has a maximum of 5 cards in each land that you can have. And I will add later, when you conquer a territory, you put a person there to hold that space. And as you draw more cards, you'll fill up that space, because when you have an explorer, for every explorer at the end of your turn, you draw a card. And you can either add it to your exploration party, your homeland, or one of your conquered outlying territories. And so to start off, you pick a country to explore, and I explored Argentina with the Sicilian pirates and Jean Cabot and Charles Darwin. And they're automatically hostile because they have outlaws. Hostile countries, if they contain an outlaw, a leader conqueror, or army warrior card, then they're hostile. If they don't contain those, then they're peaceful, and you'd have to gain 1,000 morale by the cards that are in that land or cards that you place in that land. And then once you gain 1,000 morale, that land now becomes yours. And so you win the game when you have all of the lands conquered and you're a sole ruler of the world. Or sole peaceful ruler of the world. Either way. So I have my exploration party here. They have 620, and I have 800. And so I would win that battle. And so when you lose a battle or win a battle, it doesn't matter whether you're attacking or defending, the person that loses will lose a character. And it's called the Order of Death. But first there's all civilian passengers, basically, then leaders, then and conquerors, then armies, and then it would be you, or in this case me. And then the explorers would die last. And so if you lose yourself or the explorer, you would lose the game. Or if you lose your leader at home, you would lose the game, because then you'd have to rush back and it'd be too late. You'd be a poor sitting duck in the seas. If you lose all the people back in your homeland and you have another territory already conquered, then you could move there. Instead of having this your homeland, you'd have to come back and retake it. But since now for the explorers, when you draw a card, that also works for your opponent. So after I have defeated them and Charles Darwin dies, and I attack again and the pirates die, they have an explorer, so that would mean I would draw first, and I get Lester Gillis, and then they draw Zach Edwards. That's a pretty cool card. Stink that they got him, though. So now my problem is I have to come back again and attack them again. Now, I am pretty sure I still have more strength than they do, and I do. So I will come back again and I will attack them. And this time I rout them and take the country. And now I would place one of my people from my exploration party or from home. But since I don't have anybody at home, I'll put Lester Gillis here in Argentina. And now that is the end of my turn, and I will draw another card again. And this time I get the Chinese Warriors. And I'll add that to my party. Now my strength is like, I got basically 4,000, and that is more than most of the countries will have. So I'm going to explore this one. It is Thailand, and in Thailand is Mozart, and Caesar Augustus, and the Tuskegee Airmen, which is now 5,000, and that's more than I have. And so with the order of death, my passenger would be the Chinese Warriors, so they would end up dying first. And I'm going to leave really quick before they get any more people. Head back home. Now, since I have one explorer, I'll draw one card. And I got Shakespeare. He's not very helpful for strength, so I'm going to stick him in my homeland, and I'm going to stay at home because they can't get at me because they don't have an explorer. If they had an explorer, they would attack my homeland after I retreat. Come after me. And Shinganosuke, I can't have him help me. He doesn't have enough strength, and neither does Lewis Latimer. That fills up my homeland. Now this is where it could get a little bit hard, because if I fill up all of my lands, I can't draw anymore. I'd have to do a sacrifice play. I'd have to go attack the enemy with the people in my party and lose some of them, so I have some more space. I'll draw another one. Peter the Hermit, there you go. That's some more strength. And James Madison, and that would be 4. I'll do one more. Gutenberg. I'll put him here. So now I have 4 in my party, and that adds up to 1,600, and that is not enough. So I'm going to stay home one more time, and I got George Washington, which is 2,000, which is still pitiful. So I'm going to explore a different land this time and leave that hostile one alone for a little while. And I just discovered Egypt. Now see, this is going out on a limb here, because if I discover a second hostile land, which it is, and has an explorer, if one land has an explorer and one land doesn't, they're both hostile, they can team up on me and both attack my homeland, completely crushing me. And since I only have one other land, once they take the homeland, the next move would be to take my other land, and they have an explorer. So this is where it would happen. Now since I have my 2,000 and they have 2,000 or 3,100, I would lose, and I'm gonna lose Madison first. They're all the same, so I'm going to retreat back home. Now the problem with this is they have more strength. They can add up both of it to make like 9,520. And I have nowhere near that in my homeland or in my other land. So I'm really hoping that when I draw this next card, it's going to be an army. And it wasn't. It was another leader. And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in my exploration party. That maxed this out. And they also get a card. They get another leader, Queen Ahotep. So now they're attacking me with all of their huge army. And of course they win. And they can attack twice, just like I can. And so I will end up losing these 2 people here that aren't militarily important. And so now that's the end of their attacking turn. And since I don't have enough to attack them, I'm going to draw again. And I get a conquer this time. I'm going to put him at home because he'll be a little bit stronger there. And they get a card. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they get a card, and they got the Samurai Warriors. That's another couple thousand. This is where the game gets really, really hard. Now I can't put any more people in my exploration party, and I cannot add this to what I have here at home. I can't take their strength and add it to mine. So I'm kind of stuck here. So I'm going to leave Peter the Hermit at home, and that would make that 5. Now I have 4 here. They are going to attack my homeland now, and I don't have enough strength in either place to hold them back. So they're going to take Shakespeare, and then next would be Peter the Hermit. Now, losing those people, I'm beginning to get in a tight spot here. So I have Jonathan Dawson, but no army, so I'll put him, well actually I have an army there, I'll put him there. That increases my defense. Not enough. And they get Florence Nightingale. Now, when they max out their land, then they can't get any more people, and so that explorer isn't a problem anymore unless I am able to start defeating them, and then that becomes a problem. So they have 5 in that territory. They can't add anymore, and since this country doesn't have any explorer in it, you can't add to that territory either. So, I already drew. And so they would attack me and defeat me, obviously. And now my homeland is whittling down quite dramatically, and I'm going to want to save it with the Roman centurions. Well, I have 3,000, which doesn't match my opponent quite yet. So I am going to have to keep going at this. They can't take any more cards and attack me again. Now I'm losing my homeland here. My homeland is in their possession, and now they can transport 2 of their people there. Now they have 2 of their people in my homeland. The nice part about this, though, is after they draw, get their card, and I draw, I get another army card. I can't put him in my exploration party, but I can put the Centurions here in Argentina, since I still own that. And now I can come back and I can take Scotland away from them again. And I come back and I completely have several thousand, and they have a pitiful 200. Take over, and now I will replace the army and the leader that was there before. The problem with this, though, is that they can still attack my homeland the next turn. And so I would draw, and I get Alexis Komnenos, and they would get Pope Urban. So now I am going to have to defend against them yet again, or unless I can attack them. And I have 2,000. They have over 3,000. So I'm going to have to sit again and let them defeat. Now, since I have 4 here, I can take another card, and I'm going to rescue the Peasants' Army before he attacks, and he's going to take out Maximus, and now he gets another. Oh wait, he can't have any more cards, and I get my card. Now I'm going to have to replace the people again. Oh wait, no, he took it. He gets his people in here. He gets his card, Carnegie, and now I have to live here in this base off of this other land. Well, I am fighting to regain this. Now this is where it gets kind of long, because he just keeps continuing until I get a really strong army and I can crush him. So during this little time, this land is really defenseless, and it looks like he is going to be able to take it. So I'm going to want to look for another land to hold. So I'm going to discover another land, and I discovered the West Coast, and it contains the Ghost Army and Balboa and Ricardo. So now their strength is very small, but they have an explorer. But mine is a lot stronger, so I will take their businessmen and their army, and they're left with an explorer. So I get a card. I don't have enough room. Put them there. This person gets a card, and this person gets a card. So now I'm kind of breaking up the world here into little chunks, hopefully chewable size. And now oh wait, I have 6 there. That's too many. There. I have a max amount of cards. I can't take any more. So I'm going to need to conquer some land to put more people into. Both of these I can take pretty easy. I'm going to want to take my homeland first, probably, because I'm partial to Scotland. So I'm going to take Scotland back from the enemy. And now I can put an army and a leader there. and I'm going to need to hurry up and attack somebody else because I know this is going to be defeated really, really quickly. And I only have 2 cards here. I'm running out rather fast. Now I have 3 here. I'm going to pick up the Centurions. That is going to give me 4. So now I have enough. I'm going to take over here. I'm going to take this west coast, discard there too, and put in my 2. But this land attacks me and defeats this land at the same time as I just defeated that land. So I lose my homeland, but I gain another escape route. And he gets a card, and I get a card. Now this is kind of a beginning to get a long-winded game, but I only have 2 lands that are hostile, and I'm beginning to own the rest of the world, walking around them. So this is where it could get a little bit easier. Now, I have just discovered a peaceful land, which is wonderful, and I already have 700 morale points, so I only need 300 more. None of my people here give me any morale, but Gutenberg does here in this land. So I just move him over to this other land here, and now that becomes mine because I have 1,000 morale points from that land. So now I own all the world except for these 2 lands here, and I will need to take them. So they get a card, and I get a card, and I still don't have enough to take them, and that is 4. I'm going to pick up this here, and I have about 4,000, which is just not quite enough. So I'm going to have to give them a... Oh wait, they can't draw. So I draw, that's no good, and they would... That's homeland. They would attack that. That would become theirs. I thought that was already theirs. And then I would draw again. Now I'm beginning to get a little sparse here. Not a whole lot of help from people. So I'm going to fill up my homeland so that way when they attack, it just is falling on the weak people and it's not being very threatening to all of my strong guys. And I just picked up this person here, and I think that gives me enough to defeat this one country in a battle at least. And so I will take these 2 cards, discard them here. And now he is starting to dwindle away, but he still attacks my homeland, not my exploration party. And so I would lose 2 cards from there. I attack him again, get rid of his 2 cards. Now he has an explorer. Since there's no draw pile, it just kind of, this is how many people you have in the world. There's really not enough room for any more people. And so he only has that 1 person, and I would defeat him. Now I would take Egypt. This is where it gets a little hard, because I don't have enough strength to defeat this last land. And this is where I would lose the game. That's why it's a little bit harder. But if I had conquered that last land, then I would win. So if you're playing the easy version, it is too easy to win. If you're playing the hard version, it's too hard to win. So it's really hard to have that right amount of strategic difficulty in the game that I don't have. So that's where the game could use a little bit of tweaking. But other than that, it's pretty fun, especially if other people don't want to play with you and you have a deck and you just want to play. So this is one way you could do that. Thank you.